Started. And I am hitting record before I forget. Hey, Connie, and just make sure that when you're hopping on, if you can mute your line, um, just so that we don't hear dogs barking or all of that. But I wanted to start. Um, let me. So I was reading. Right now, I'm reading "Dare to Lead" by Brene Brown. Um, and so I'm trying to find it. Um, what I literally just read earlier is, hold on, that a lack of connection or the feeling of being lethargic is whenever you feel alone. We don't really want to do anything. We think that we're tired and we just want to sleep. And so one thing that she was talking about in this book is, I think a lot of us have felt lonely in this company. And maybe like right now in this time that we might feel a little bit more lonely, if we're just starting out and we don't have a lot of people or we're being told no. Um, or if we've been in this business for a while and we feel like as if we're not connected to the team anymore. And it's just an overwhelming feeling of loneliness. And for me, when I start feeling that way, I tend to kind of like go back into my own hole. And so I would say on days that we feel lonely, let's start connecting to the team a little bit more. And maybe it is saying, I'm having a hard day. I've been told no, or, just reaching out to someone where it is like just a different kind of goal, whatever the case may be. But I think connection is the biggest thing. So I literally just read that and I was like, oh my gosh, that is like, I never thought of feeling disconnected from the team as being a feeling of loneliness. So saying all that to say, I'm going to screen share. And then we'll kind of get started. Okay, so we're going to run a trial of these and see if this is a good day and time. If we feel like as if there's not a lot of people hopping on, then we can always kind of change it. So a couple of key dates really quick, and that extended a little bit more than what it was supposed to. Beachbody Collagen will be released in Canada. Oh. Okay, everyone's muted. Okay. Beachbody Collagen will be released to Canada August 27th, so tomorrow. It will retail for $44.95, $33 Canadian money as a coach. The US pricing is $34.95 and $26.21 for a coach. If you haven't, I am really bad with being a skeptic about things. And so whenever everyone started talking about collagen, I was like, whatever. This is just a load of malarkey. And so I gave it a whole 30 days and I tried like one of the top brands. So when we came out with our own, of course I bought some and I have used it every day since Summit. And I am a huge believer of Rodan and Fields. And so the only thing that I have changed is using collagen, Beachbody Collagen. And I swear I see a difference in my skin. And I was talking to Ashley, I think it's Ashley Osborne, and she was saying that her skin is not breaking out as much either. So if you have not tried Beachbody Collagen, I would say definitely give it a shot. Give it a whole 30 days. I think you're going to see a big difference in your skin, in your nails, all of that kind of jazz. Pumpkin Spice Shakeology is back September 3rd. It will launch. think they said at Summit, and Danica and Aaliyah um, can back me up or say if I'm wrong or whatever. I think they're saying there's going to be more of a quantity than what they had the last time. So you will get 14 packs for $74 for customers and $56 coach price. $89 in Canada, $67 coach price. So kind of start bumping that up. If you are a huge pumpkin person, I'm personally not, but I know everyone else is. And so it is something really fun to kind of start talking about. Okay, so we're going to talk about getting our mojo back first. This is going to be the first call. And then I'm pretty sure, and I have not responded back to even know, but I'm basically signed Lindsay to do Instagram stories for next Monday. I always love watching her stories, but anyways, that will be next Monday. But we're going to kind of start simple, and then we're going to talk about the $150 thing. So number one, are you focusing on you? And it sounds super, super simple, but the very top vital behavior is focusing on us. So if you have not committed to a program, and I'm not saying jump around here and there, I'm saying committing to day one program, take your before photos, follow the nutrition program, whatever it is. If you're doing 2B mindset, if you're doing the portions, if you're doing the lift for macros, whatever the case may be, but you're actually focusing on you and making sure that you are building that trust and showing that you are showing up every single day. So commit today. Pick a program. If you've already picked a program, are you sharing it? Are you talking about it? And so the Popeyes chicken sandwich. I drove 35 minutes yesterday trying to find this chicken sandwich for my kids. Everyone, if they have gotten their hands on these sandwiches, they have talked about it. So why are you not talking about your workouts? Everyone's talking about a chicken sandwich. You can talk about what you love and your workouts and your containers and all of that. So what is something that you accomplished? Were you able to do more? Were you able, like in Morning Meltdown, those 100-second challenges? How far did you get in that this week compared to last week? Speak about what you're doing. Don't keep it to yourself. It will build that trust up, and you don't have to be perfect, but it's building that trust up because you're showing up daily. So number one, that. Number two, our stories. So of course, you're going to be posting and you're going to be talking about how amazing your workout program is, or maybe you failed at it that day, whatever the case may be. But second of all, using Instagram and Facebook stories as a way to share more kind of like behind the scenes of your workouts, of your work, of anything. I share literally anything and everything on Facebook and Instagram stories. It's where I literally get to be a dork. And I get to show more about me and my family, whereas on my posts, they're a little bit more thought out. So you need to be posting in Instagram and Facebook stories. And literally, I just copy everything over to Facebook 5 to 7 times a day, at the least. Lindsay is super, super good. Like, she gets on there, she talks about her life, she talks about her workouts, she talks about work, she talks about everything else. She gets ready. I mean, she's amazing. But you're showing your behind the scenes, because are you, like, one thing that I saw Ashley Molstead say was, are you showing how excited you are about this business and about the products in your stories? And so one thing I've had to remind myself as well, because I am bad about going about my day and not really recording anything, it's showing that I'm doing a power hour or showing that I'm reading. So really kind of getting people involved in your Instagram stories. And it's another way to connect with people because you can see who is watching it. And so those are the people that you're going to talk to, that you're going to kind of focus a little bit more on and send them messages, or, you know, like and comment and build those connections with those people. So making sure that you are, and like one thing that I'll do is I'll post like a move of the day in my Instagram stories. And so that way they're kind of seeing a little bit more of what my workouts are. Whereas in my post, I usually don't share that anymore. That's also a great way to ask people their opinion, or, you know, what do you struggle with more, fitness or nutrition? Or, you know, do you want more information on doing what I do? What you can be so creative in stories. You just have to mess with it and play with it. Look at other people's stories and how they're doing it. The last one is connection. And I think that whenever we either go back into like really digging into the business, or if we're brand new, that we tend to like go balls out and invite instead of building connections. And so one thing that I have been doing, especially this past week, is really building, hold on, make sure, and I can't see, make sure if you're on to mute your line, because I can't see who it is, but anyways, okay, that you're connecting. So you're planting those seeds with people. That's what I was going to say. So I am super bad about making a post and then kind of like slightly going through the feed, but not really even. And so one thing that I've started doing is I sat down last week and I wrote out hashtags, because we are a whole lot more on Instagram. I wrote hashtags out as to where I am currently. So, you know, I'm not a wife anymore. I'm a single mom. I'm talking about divorce. I'm talking about, you know, how to build this business along with being single, kind of things that I've learned through codependency. And so I wrote out all of those hashtags. And then I stuck them in my, my clipboard on my phone. And so one thing that I'll do every day is I'll click on, because of course I use those same hashtags on my photos on Instagram. So I'll click on those hashtags and see who else has been using those same hashtags. Who else is a single mom? Who else are their kids in sports? Who else loves painting furniture? Who else loves Target? Who else loves home goods? So if you have not taken the time to really do that, then connect with people with where you are right now in your life. It's really easy to go back and think of like where you were 5 years ago or where you were 10 years ago. But in order to truly connect with people, you're going to have to connect with people with where you are right now. What are you dealing with right now? What have you recently overcame, like very, very recent? So making out those hashtags and then connecting with those people. And I will tell you that my likes and my new follows have jumped up drastically in the past week. And I'm only spending about 20 minutes a day just connecting with people. And then the people that I actually connect with, like they like my comment, I go through their feed, I love their feed, they go through mine because they see the notifications. I'll write their name down, and that way I can go back to them and like heavily like their stuff and stalk them. And then those are people that I likely will invite to, you know, the business or to an upcoming challenge group or whatever the case may be. But at least you are like what I've been doing. Last week I did about 25 new people, and I stalked their page for the entire week. I liked, commented, everything, their stories, whatever the case may be. And so that way we really started kind of building a friendship. but you have to build those connections up in order to have new people to invite to. Otherwise, you're going to be inviting the same people all the time. So just focusing on these 4 things is going to get you started, or going to get you back onto where you need to be. This business is not hard. It's not hard at all. It's just a matter of doing the right things and taking out all the fluff. Like, stop trying to beat around the bush and do all this other weird stuff. Like, focus on the things that you should be focusing on, and get in, get out, go about the rest of your day. Okay, so last thing, let me see what time it is, because I'm like uber big on being fast. Okay, so last thing. One thing that has been talked about a lot is volume, and creating those small wins for everyone within the team, for brand new coaches, for coaches that maybe have fallen off the wagon, for coaches that are struggling, but new ways to build up volume within the team. And especially as you're building a team, that's where your wealth is creating this residual income. So we are going to be doing a Beachbody On Demand group instead of free groups starting September 9th. We will do a Beachbody On Demand group. They don't have to buy anything. All they have to do is sign up for the 3-month free trial. Sorry, the 3-month Beachbody On Demand. They get a 2-week free trial. So starting September 9th, we will do a 14-day group. So they are basically doing the workouts for free for 14 days. When you do that, when it renews, so the goal is to have 10 people. I want everybody to commit to 10 people signing up for quarterly Beachbody On Demand to join in the September 9th group. Danica will be help running it. Molly will, Trista will. So a lot of kind of the bigger coaches will also be in there and helping run this. If you commit to 10 people that sign up for Beachbody On Demand quarterly, when it hits, that would be, what is it? I should have written this down. Like $10. Danica, do you know the quarterly commission whenever it starts on day 15? I can't hear you, but I think it's, there you go. Okay, no, I did it.
$15.55.
$15. That's right, because 10 people would be $150. If you just focus on 10 people, so not even challenge packs, like let's just focus on getting 10 people to sign up for the quarterly Beachbody On Demand. Now, when you do that, when you're talking, and I will give you scripts, like anyone that wants to be a part of this, I'll start a thread in Fierce Renegade, and we'll have our own either message thread or group. So you'll have scripts, you'll have like a little check-off thing so that you know how many people you need left, but I want you to commit to 10 people to do that. Now, when you're talking to people and when you're sending out the invoice, you're also going to start working on learning how to upsell. So adding in Energize, they're not buying anything on day one. And we all know how amazing Energize is and how much we need it in our workouts. So whenever you're doing their share a cart, then you can say, hey, I added in a tub of Energize. It's all crazy. Added in a tub of Energize. If you don't want it, you can take it out, but I love it. It really helps me get through my workouts, but it's totally up to you. So that's extra commission on top of it. But think about it, on day 15, if all your people stay on, which likely they will, because it's such a good price, $38 every 3 months for thousands of workout programs, then you would be making $15 per person. And then say next month we do the same thing. So it's going to keep building off of each month, just like Shakeology, just like everything else. But it's those smaller things that we can get people more committed to than maybe the people that have said no to the challenge packs. So going back to all your people that maybe have said no to challenge packs or that it's too expensive or whatever, and let's start getting those names to paper, and we'll open up a group. We'll start working together and getting our 10 people in by September 9th and really kind of showing them how amazing the Beachbody On Demand workouts are. And then that way they have a little bit of a taste of it, and then they will maybe be interested more in the different products. So does anyone have any questions? Does that make sense as far as the Beachbody On Demand? Okay. All right. So I'm going to hit unrecord. I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to post a thread. So if you want to be a part of the $150 group, then make sure you comment on that, tag your team for anyone who wants to be a part of it. But I think this is really going to be a great way to start getting commission going on your end and all the way through the team and the network in order to start building up volume and giving people that small access to what we are about without getting hit with that huge challenge pack price. So if no one has questions, I'm about to hit screenshot. So Tisha, did you have a question? Okay. All right. If anyone wants to smile, you better smile now, or look at Benita. All right. Okay. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. We will do these every Monday. I will post about next Monday coming up. I'm a procrastinator, so give me a few days, but we will start getting the $150 group rolling as soon as possible. And have a great rest of the night, guys.